Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to Woe 77 and Exsellsior. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to the Wasteland 3 beta, as we continue our guided tour of the apocalypse. Now, last time we arrived in Colorado Springs, we met with the Patriarch, and we got a general gist of what's going on out here. We also got our very own base, full of angry robots and corpses. So I think it might be a good idea if we survey this place before we really settle in. We'll start by having a chat with our new staff. Gonzalez seems at home behind his radio equipment. He salutes crisply as you approach.
Welcome to your communications hub, Rangers. The Patriarch was good enough to let me use my own gear, and I have my high-frequency radio equipment all set up. From here on out, I will be your voice in the wind. You can contact Ranger HQ at any time through your radio, and I'll reach out as needed. When there's a arrest to be made under your authority, just radio them into me. Pleasure to serve.
Tell us about your radio equipment.
The finest setup you'll find this side of the Rockies. This equipment took years to get together. A lot of it custom work. String and pieces of gum, you know? This is the only setup in Colorado able to communicate on all sorts of frequency bands, up to the HF band. That means we can reach you pretty much no matter where you are in Colorado. The basic controls are straightforward. You should try the device yourselves whenever you're here. I've picked up all kinds of signals. It's possible you could even reach Arizona.
Well, let's just hope we can trust the guy who's listening in on all our calls. What do you think about the Patriarch?
I've worked the radio for some time now, and I hear all kinds of stories from other parts of the world. Horrors you wouldn't believe. Is Colorado perfect? No, but it's a damn sight better than any alternative I've seen.
How do you feel about being part of the Rangers?
If I may be frank, I don't quite know yet. Way I see it, we have the potential of building something great here, and I hope we will meet that potential.
Can you tell us again what it is that you do?
I'm your radio communications expert. I'll be manning the radio whenever you call in, or whenever we need to reach you, which is the easy part of this job. The hard part is keeping this equipment in tip-top shape and ready to go.
You installed our car AI. Are you an expert?
Oh, I'm not. It just turns out artificial intelligence isn't that much different from fiddling with radios. Easy enough to install, it turned out, but I wouldn't know the first thing about it otherwise.
Gosh, how convenient. Thank you, Corporal.
Anytime.
Well said. Got a container in the next room. Let's see what we can do with this. This terminal is displaying information about the base's systems. All seems normal. The status reports indicate all is normal at the moment. An option displaying old security alerts shows the number so long it goes off the right edge of the screen. Ah, looks like it's time for Dr. Longway to earn his keep. After some searching, you access a hidden menu. The core processor is jammed with thousands of queued requests, dating back a century. It's a wonder the servitors can make any decisions at all. Well, I think we can help with that. You take a little time to test your code before running it, then watch the stale requests disappear. Processing returns to standard capacity. With the accumulated clutter cleared, the system shows only a few thousand unread messages. Navigating it should be somewhat easier. Okay, let's check out those security logs. Log data backed up to archive room server. Well, alright then. I guess we're done here. Glad to hear it? That's cool. I guess we have some robot guardians now. Let's go crack that toaster open. Oh, but we should talk to this guy first.
Rangers, good to see you.
These volunteers you mentioned, where are you getting them from?
Well, I've got friends in the Marshals, the Patriarch's Palace Guard, and some local militias. They've always got more folks wanting to sign up than they have positions for. So I asked my pals to send over everybody on their waiting lists. Now, some of these folks may be, less than top grade for sure. But most will be solid recruits, ready and willing to learn. You'll have to pick and choose.
If you're going to be our chief of security, we want to know more about you.
Happy to tell you what you need to know.
So, what's your story?
Well, came here with my folks when I was a kid, and was a young man when Saul was trying to unite the families and make Colorado a state. I got behind him right away. He had leader written all over him, even back then. I've served at his side ever since, fighting against the monster army, consolidating power here in town, helping him expand our borders.
What Mr. Greatsky means is that he played a key role in many of the Patriarch's greatest victories, and he had no small part in making Colorado what it is today.
You're too kind, Darius. Well, the fighting's never really ended. Trying to hold it all together is a constant struggle. This business with his children is just the latest in a long line of troubles.
You've served with the Patriarch for so long. You must like him.
I do indeed. Some folks can't get past his brusque ways, but that's just the impatience of a man who knows what's right, dealing with fools who don't. He cares too deeply about the well-being of the people of Colorado to let political courtesy slow him down. Of course, you'll hear a lot of folk condemning him for hurting this group or that group with his decisions, but the way I see it, they should be glad it wasn't them who had to make the choice.
Will you tell us some stories about your days fighting beside the Patriarch?
Stories? They are stories indeed these days. I've told him so many times all the truth's been wrung out of him. Now, let's see. Here's one. So, one day we were hunting monster army raiders and came upon a tin-walled shack. The people inside were shooting at us and not answering our calls to parley. Well, I got sick of that real quick and unslung my rocket launcher. But Saul, he holds up a finger, then creeps around behind the compound. Well, pretty soon we hear him smashing through those tin walls with his hammer, and then comes two high-pitched screams. A few moments later, he comes striding out, carrying a child under each arm. They've been shooting at us because they thought we were coming to eat their dying parents. Now, I will never know how Saul knew it was kids in there rather than raiders, but somehow he did. And we brought them and their folks back to the city and helped them out until they got well again. And he's always been like that. An uncanny ability to always do the right thing.
Huh. I mean, he did basically tell us he was exaggerating, but it does give us some interesting context. Got any more stories for us?
Give me a while and I'll see if I can remember any more. In the meantime, I'm sure you have plenty to do.
Yeah, that's probably true. Let's talk about something else.
Happy to. What's on your mind?
Nothing, I guess. Thanks, Greatsky.
I'll be here.
Okay, let's get back to it. Ah, I see. Looks like we can circle around here. Yeah, and the door on the other side's opened up too. We'll start with this side first.
Pretty grand in here. Maybe you could make it your trophy hall or museum or something. Or a handball court.
Oh, we've got something. Razorback. Interesting. Looks like we've got at least 2 of them. Alright, let's get our guys set up here real quick.
Hey, asshole!
Oh, that thing must have a pretty high evasion score. Yikes. Well, we should at least be able to take that one down. Nice. Okay, let's prep for the other one. We'll just hang back. Wait for that thing to come to us. Oh, nice. Ah, so close. All right, that's fine. Let's wrap this up. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Oh, okay. These were mutant wolverines. Slightly more impressive than the mutant honey badgers from Wasteland 2. Radical Rachel. Creepy doll. She'd like to see the whole world burn. Afterwards, it's her own turn. Grants bonus to all party members. Explosive damage plus 15%. Wow. You know what? I think this is the equivalent to the statues and shrines from Wasteland 2. Basically, collectibles that provide permanent stat boosts. I guess that's appropriate. They did use creepy dolls to represent the quirks in the director's cut, before they replaced them with the cartoon robots. The power button on the machine resists your press, seemingly rusted in place. It makes a sandy crunch as it finally gives way. The screen comes to life with a sad beep. Raid failure. Corruption detected across multiple sectors, initiating automated repair operations. Recovery complete. View recovered logs. Sure, let's have a look. There are fewer logs than you'd expect for a base of this size. Many have suffered data corruption and are unrecoverable, but you find a few that are legible. Personal log, Colonel Forschetti, 22nd March, 1998. The world ended yesterday. Our missile defense system saved Colorado Springs, but Denver is gone, and we can't make contact with anyone outside the state. Discipline will keep my men in line, but we've only got a few days until the civilians panic. We'll need to prepare to hold out until we can reconnect with Washington. Interesting. Dr. Longway. This file is encrypted. You're able to find the custom script that did it and reverse engineer the key. Personal log, 2nd Lieutenant Halcott, 15th September, 1995. He fixed his gaze on the monitor, fingers deftly tapping the keys, expertly covering his tracks as he pulled data from the system. Lieutenant Amore kept stealing glances back at him, enraptured by his steely blue eyes, as she watched the doorway for the guards. Have you found the evidence yet, Captain Halcombe? We don't have much time left. The captain hit a few more keys and nodded. He pulled the floppy disk from the drive and signaled to the lieutenant. Quickly, back to the vent. Ladies first, he said, helping Lieutenant Amore up to the ceiling ducts. Despite her generous curves, she nimbly slid into the duct, and Captain Halcombe was easily able to pull himself up and follow her, sliding the grate back into place, just as guards swung by on their patrol. Oh boy. Sadly, it looks like we don't meet the requirements for the next log, so let's see what else we've got here. Okay, guess we'll have a look at the security logs. Filtering tools help you cull the routine and wholly corrupted reports. You may need a computer expert to access some of the files. July 4th, 2000. Report 001. Classified information purge initiated. Report 002. Erasure complete. Command cleared. Fully autonomous security system activating in T-minus 30 minutes. Report 003. Intrusive movement detected on outer perimeter. Monitoring. Report 004. Intruders retreated without engagement. Monitoring. May 26th, 2009. Report 015. Intrusive movement detected on outer perimeter. Monitoring. Report 016. Quadrupedal creature identified as non-hostile. Monitoring deprioritized. Report 025. Creature remains. Report 088. Creature departs. Incidents monitored without engagement, 1,846. Incidents involving security response, 5. January 22nd, 2010. Report 98. Intrusive movement detected on outer perimeter. Monitoring. Report 99. Bipedal creature approaches facility. Deploying servitors. Report 100. Intruder pacified. Incidents monitored without engagement, 2008. Incidents involving security response, 9. Report 100A. Automated amendment. Intention was for intruder. Logging technological review request with information technology. Report 100. Interesting. November 28, 2068. Report 750. Intruder 32 returns to War Room. Starts fire for Intruders 30, 31, 33. Intruder 34 is providing them with a meal. Logging requisition request for additional servitors. Following abduction of core servitors 5 through 10 by Intruder 11. This request has been logged 1,500 times. Priority elevated. Report 751. Attempting to wake remaining servitors. Wake attempt resulted in failure. Incidents monitored without engagement, 7,242. Incidents involving security response, 15. Incidents with failed security responses, 1. Incidents with inability to respond, 4,000. Report 755. Intruder 34 now classified as deceased. August 26th, 2102. Report 001. System wake-up complete. Accessing database. No new information since catastrophic failure reported at 1606-2071-623. Report 002. Intruders 69 through 73 logged in War Room. Servitors not responding to wake-up instruction. Monitoring. Report 057. Intruder 71 has fully repaired monitoring systems. Intruder 69 has gained access to monitoring systems. Report 066. Self-diagnostic complete. Servitors 103, 22, and 616 present, but unresponsive. Primary power unresponsive. Secondary power at 20%. Primary processing reports all good. All right then. May 10th, 2107. Report 685. Intrusive movement detected at perimeter. Intruder 159 logged and approaching. Report 686. Intruder 158 detects Intruder 159 and returns to barracks. Various intruders seem perturbed and barricade door to barracks. Ah, that might be when Sergei and Marshal Quan came to check the place out, before the alarm started. Report 701. Intruder 156 departs barracks, enters brig, and accesses computer terminal. Horrible intruders. Report 702. Intruder 156 has initiated a generator restart. Power coming online. Servitors waking. Red alert. Okay, yeah, so whoever was staying here restarted the generator in response to the Patriarch's men arriving. Let's see what else we've got. Some bad metadata kept this file from filtering properly, but you're able to easily repair it. Doesn't look like that actually gave us anything. Let's try that again. You fix an override error at the start of this log, and it becomes legible. March 21st, 1998. That's right after the apocalypse. Report 005. Citadel Star Station reports confirmed. Anti-ballistic countermeasures armed. Alert status raised to red. Report 077. NORAD tracking confirms multiple incoming contact signals. Protective countermeasures allocated to high-priority targets. Personnel ordered to report to assigned stations and shelters. Report 221. Connor confirms countermeasures in local area 95% effective. Cannot raise communication with NORAD headquarters or PACOM. Cannot raise communications with White House. Report 222. Revised estimates of success rate of countermeasures outside of local area are at 5%. Alert status remains red. Intriguing. And one more time. File termination characters are missing for these logs. Tricky, but you're able to find the proper spots to fix them. April 16th, 2021. Report 072. Primary generator failure reported at February 2nd, 2021 will result in catastrophic failure of security system if not resolved. Information technology has not responded to repair queries. Report 090. Core servitors placed into sleep mode to preserve power to monitoring system. Secondary processing system placed into sleep mode to preserve power to primary processing. Report 072A. Automated amendment. Intention was for catastrophic. Logging technological review with information technology. Report 072. Report 091. System setting designation to sleeping, but vigilant. Well, aside from chronicling the security system's slow descent into madness, that actually gives us a lot of valuable context on exactly what's happened here over the years, including a few vague clues about what happened right before we got here. Let's see if we can find those intruders it mentioned. Ah, there we go. Thank goodness for X-ray vision. Okay, so we've got a bunch of refugees, one room over. Let's go check that out. Let's get Retcon up front. Okay, here we go.
Please, don't shoot.
The woman is gaunt, her clothes ragged. She is surrounded by a group of bedraggled vagrants who watch you with fear and mistrust.
Who are you? You're not dressed like the marshals.
We're the Rangers. Who are you?
I'm Del Hackett, and I speak for these people. We've been living here for months, and we've got nowhere to go. Please, will you let us stay?
Bad idea. I've been in their shoes, but this is a military base. If we have squatters everywhere, it'll be hard to keep discipline. Your recruits won't like it either.
The Patriarch's people don't care about people like us, but you're not beholden to them.
She shoots a fearful look at Quan, but he doesn't seem to notice. Where are you from?
We all farmed in the border country between Colorado and the plains. Thought we were safe out there, under the Patriarch's protection. Back then, the gangs feared the Patriarch. Not anymore. They burned our greenhouses and killed everyone who tried to fight them. No place left to run but here, for any of us.
Did you set off the security system?
Not intentionally. The Patriarch's people drove up to the base a few days ago, so we hid in here for a while. Then when Andy went to check if they left, all the doors slammed shut and the alarms started whooping. Don't know what happened. Been living in these ruins for weeks, and we never set anything off before.
Can't you go live in the city?
We're not welcome there. They already have too many mouths to feed, and more are always coming.
And yet he also claims to have enough food to save Arizona. Interesting. All right, you can stay. For now.
Your call. Won't make the volunteers happy, but the Patriarch put you in charge, not them.
You said yes. Well, I was sure you wouldn't.
The refugees' haggard faces break into smiles. A few of them hug each other.
We won't be any trouble, I promise, and we'll help out wherever we can. Thank you for giving us a chance. Oh, and one of our people is missing, Andy. If you find him hiding out somewhere, you send him back to us? Hear that, everyone? We gotta make ourselves useful around here.
I don't think we'll see consequences for that decision in the beta, but I will be curious to see how it turns out in the full game. Soldier's Note. A well-preserved tape from right after the war, containing a recording from a Peterson Air Force guard.
October 12th, 1998. 7 months since the bombs fell. Had an incident at the West Gate. Some civilians dug under the fence and tried to make a run for the commissary. Sergeant Peters told us to open fire. Standing orders. Looters to be shot on sight. Every time I close my eyes, I see that kid's face. God forgive me. I can't do this anymore.
That was grim. I've got to say, they hit you with a much more consistent dark tone this time around.
Sure was kind of you to let us stay. Sure was kind of you to let us stay.
You and your twin sister are very welcome. Whoa, what the heck was that? Sounded like someone shooting at us.
You're good people, Rangers. We'll find a way to pay you back. Anything you need?
You've had more time to explore the base than we have. Can we ask you about it?
Sure.
Did you touch any of the equipment in the war room?
Andy may have. He's the only one of us who knew computers. I told him to stay out of there because I was afraid of... well, Of something like what happened when this whole place got locked down.
Have you checked out the med bay?
We stay away from that awful room. Nothing but death in there.
Have you been in the brig?
Yep. There was a man locked in there when we moved in, living off insects and mushrooms in his cell. I left him locked up after I met him. I felt bad about that. He was cordial enough, but he just kept asking questions that felt off. And those glassy eyes.
Intriguing. What did you find in the armory?
Booby traps, mostly. One of my people disarmed an explosive on a door, but missed a gas mine under the floor panel on the other side. She was vomiting for a week. Almost died. I told everyone to avoid the room after that. No one here is worth losing over whatever guns may or may not be in there.
Anything we can scavenge in the garage?
Poked my head in there and saw a giant robot next to a dead body. Hard pass.
Really now? That bears further investigation. What's in the archive room?
We first got into the base through a hole in the archive room's wall. Some critters living in there chased us around, but we managed to shut them in before anyone got seriously hurt. We've been trying to snare them for a while for fresh meat, but they just chew through the ropes like they're Sour Patch Kids.
Interesting choice of phrasing. That's all for now. Thanks.
Careful out there. It's an uncaring world.
All right. That actually gives us a much
This
better...
must have been the mess hall. Better get this up and running pronto. Keeping your people well fed is probably the easiest way to keep them loyal.
Thank you, Marshal. The food on these tables is cold and partially eaten, but not rotten. It's clear someone recently fled mid-meal. Yeah, that makes sense. Ah, and there's that mysterious prisoner. Well, let's pop a point into toaster repair. Tarjan token. A brass token inscribed with a scowling face, and the name Tarjan. Intriguing. Not marked as junk either, so it must have some use. Also, Toaster Repairman's Badge. This official badge proves you have mastered the ancient art of toaster repair. A little redundant, but sure, why not? We'll toss the badge over to Orcblood. I think he's earned it. And we'll pass the rabbit's foot over to Lulalu. Alright, now, we could go talk to that prisoner, but I think it's safe to say he's not going anywhere. And we are running a bit short on time, so let's go check out the garage instead. That giant robot has piqued my interest. And there it is again. What the heck is that? Okay, well, maybe there's just something weird going on with the sound effects. This is still a beta. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's have a peek. Oh my. You know what? Maybe that's what we've been hearing.
Huh. A garage. We get this cleaned out, you can put your truck in here.
Also, there's a giant robot and a dead body. Way to prioritize, Quan. The corpse of a young woman lies at your feet, her body contorted at an unnatural angle. Judging by the smell, she's been here a while. The woman is wearing a patchwork jumpsuit and a leather tool belt. Her pockets are crammed with fuses, bundles of wire, and bits of circuit boards. It looks like this Wastelander made her living by scavenging and repairing electronics. She would have felt right at home in an old garage like this. The body's unnatural position suggests some kind of seizure, and there are signs of discoloration on her face, indicative of heart failure. A heavy metal spanner is gripped tightly in her right hand. The metal is discolored, and scorch marks blacken her fingertips. It looks to you like a textbook case of electrocution. Okay, well, we'll have Orcblood take a look at this thing, but let's get the rest of the squad under cover first, just in case. All right, Jace, what do we got? This enormous spider-like robot is in bad shape. It sits in a puddle of its own fluids, its casing dented and riddled with bullet holes. Judging by the scrape marks on the floor, it looks like someone dragged the robot into the garage after its demise. Looks like we'll need another point in mechanics. You recognize it as a Slicer-Dicer, a pre-apocalypse military robot. It appears to have been badly damaged in a firefight and is missing some of its weapons. Upon closer inspection, you note that some of the bullet holes have been patched, and several of the legs show signs of recent welding. The Slicer-Dicer's main access panel is open, revealing its wiring and power plant. It's clear that someone has been trying to repair the robot. Yep, and we saw how that turned out. But I guess we'll give it a shot ourselves. Despite its damage, this enormous spider-like robot exudes an air of silent menace. Yeah, I'm starting to think this might be a terrible idea, but we've already come this far. Peering inside the robot's casing, you find a lot of salvaged parts and new wiring. Someone's been working on the robot for a while. There's a bad connection to the power supply, strong enough to give someone a wicked shock. It takes some careful work to repair the connection. As soon as the power supply is reconnected, the robot sputters to life. It turns a cold, unfeeling optical sensor towards you, and its weapons spin up. I guess we all saw that coming.
Get ready.
All right, looks like we're doing this. Aha, we have inflicted the deadly temp condition. Whoa. Lucky mega crit, huh? You know, sometimes I have my doubts about the luck stat, and then something like that happens. Slicer Dicer Self-Assembler. It's missing a couple of subsystems, but this is basically mostly an entire Slicer Dicer, and it puts itself together correctly, like, almost every time. Wow. Okay. I think we might actually get some use out of that. Pulse Gun. Pre-war, the Laser Dazzler was used in riot control. Since then, the laser has been cranked the hell up. Interesting. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we actually have enough energy cells for that. Yeah, it's definitely a step up from our current rifle, but we can't even fully load the thing. Well, on the bright side, we did get that build-your-own-robot kit, so we'll toss that to Orcblood. Alright, let's go ahead and clear the rest of the room. Oh. Okay, we spotted a cache through a solid wall. Oh, and there's another cache. Nice, repair kits. Also, Orcblood just cracked that lock with mechanics. That seems a bit unusual. Ooh, long mag. Reload less with more ammo in the mag. Magazine size +1. That is our first weapon mod. Got some high-value junk, too. The Automated Chauffeur. A pre-war advertisement for some kind of robot driver.
Tired of gridlock? Sick of dodging reckless drivers? Fed up with paying a fortune to shady mechanics that never actually fix your car? Consolidated Atomics has the answer. Introducing Hermes, the revolutionary vehicle AI that's an expert driver, navigator, and auto mechanic all in one. Hermes remembers your daily commute, gathering up-to-the-minute traffic reports to plot the quickest route to your destination. The AI also takes care of basic maintenance, keeping your vehicle in peak condition. Visit your local dealership for information on a Hermes upgrade kit today. Consolidated Atomics, 21st century solutions for the problems of today.
Huh. I wonder if that's what Gonzalez installed in our Kodiak. This terminal is displaying information about the base's systems. Most of the logs appear to have been destroyed in a giant server wipe that occurred decades ago. I guess that would be the generator shutdown in 2021. The terminal also has controls for some nearby vehicle lifts, but currently indicates they are all unresponsive. Might as well give it a shot. Request issued. Please wait. A loud grinding emanates from the huge trapdoor near the garage's entrance. The smell of rusted metal sparking fills the room. Mechanical failure reported. A servitor drone has been issued a repair order. So much for that. I guess it would be these doors here. Now I'm curious what's down there. Oh, trap detected. I'm guessing that must be the armory.
Look at all this machinery. If we can get it all running, this will be a good spot for your armory.
Yeah. No way we're disarming that one. I mean, we could just power through it, but it would destroy the crate. Looks like this place is pretty well emptied out. Nothing new here. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm guessing this is where we'll eventually be able to build new gear. Not much good to us right now, though. Ah, and this would be the med bay, where we saw that corpse. Oh my goodness. So it is selective X-ray vision. Okay, you know what? We're past the 50-minute mark at this point, so let's go ahead and hit the pause button for now. We'll pick up here next time as we check out the medbay, the brig, and after that, we should be ready to go pay the sheriff a visit. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Wasteland 3, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube channel, the fan-run Discord server, the official Facebook page, the official Twitter feed, or the original crowdfunding campaign over on Fig. Links are in the description.